Hi there, my name is Nas and I am an Ielts expert. I have been doing this for donkey's years, at least a decade, and I've helped many candidates get the scores that they require. Today, I'm here to help you. And because I understand that the IELTS test is quite challenging and that there are some areas that candidates do not enjoy working on, I'm going to tackle something that I don't particularly enjoy, and this is the problem solution essay. The reason that I don't really enjoy it is because there's a straightforward template, it doesn't take much imagination, and as a published author, I enjoy being creative. With this type of essay, I simply have to color within the lines. There's no room for creativity. Bad news for me, great news for you. My VIP students get the templates, they memorize them, and then they are able to write the essay in 20 minutes. It's not an exaggeration. You can read the reviews. Let's get cracking. Today we're going to deal with the topic, the movement of people from agricultural areas to cities to work, so it's for a specific reason, can cause serious problems in both places. Let's take a deep breath and read that again. The movement of people from farms to cities for a very specific reason, to work for employment, can cause serious problems in both places. This is the topic. These are the micro keywords that you cannot afford to ignore. Problems on the farms, problems in the cities. If you only discuss problems in the cities, you will not get a good score for task achievement because you have not actually answered the question. What are the serious problems? The serious problems on the farms and in the cities. What measures, what solutions can be used to solve these problems? Problems on the farms, problems in the cities, problems that arise because there's a mass exodus of young people, of people in general, moving from farms to cities in search of employment. Okay, follow me so far? Fantastic. Fantastic, people. We are on a roll. Now, we have understood the topic. We've understood the question type. It's a problem solution essay. And like I said, my VIP students get fantastic templates to work with. So now that we have our topic, we have understood our topic, we've looked at the keywords, the micro keywords, we know exactly what we have to deliver. We can start brainstorming ideas, and this brainstorming part is really important. If you skip this step, you can forget about band 7. I'm serious, because if you don't brainstorm, you pick up your pencil and you start scribbling, and I have no idea what you are scribbling. So let's focus on the brainstorming. So there's the movement of people from farms to cities, from agricultural areas to cities. Other words for farms, other words for cities, metropoli, megacities. Which are your megacities? Think of examples: Beijing, Dubai, Hong Kong, New York, for work, for employment, for jobs. And why do they do this? For a better standard of living, maybe entertainment, you have movies, shopping centers, lots of great things happening there. And it causes serious problems in both places. What are the serious problems? On the farms, lack of labor. In the cities, overcrowding, stress, pollution. There's high cost of accommodation because Demand exceeds supply. Okay, so there's a huge demand for apartments, the rentals go up, high cost of accommodation, again it leads to stress. It is a vicious cycle. Now, what measures can be used to solve these problems? The answer to everything apart from prayer is government intervention. Government can provide subsidies to the farmers so that they can pay their employees more and they will stay in these rural areas. They can also impose taxes on city dwellers so people are less likely to move to big cities. They could also implement fixed rental rates in the cities. That would be a suggestion. So these are different things that the government can do. Government can also educate the people. Education is another one, and I've used it in my answer. Very quick model answer that I put together, kind of honestly 10 minutes, because I'm rushing off to a VIP lesson and I wanted to put something together. Okay, so I have used that in my model answer. You'll have a look at it just now. Okay, are you ready to talk about the introduction? I've said this time and time again, and you can go and download my free Udemy course, which will give you all of this information. The introduction is simply 2 sentences. One, paraphrase the topic, and the second sentence is telling the examiner what you are going to do in the essay. Of course, if it's an opinion essay, then you're going to state your opinion in the introduction. Please go ahead, download the Udemy course. It's free. There are about 7,000 people who've signed up. You can be 7,001. Go for it. So my first sentence is, it cannot be ignored that an increasing number of people are moving from farms and rural areas to metropoli in search of employment and a better standard of living. Nice, simple sentence. It is my topic. Now, this exodus, this movement has sparked a number of issues, problems, which will be discussed in this essay, as well as solutions to counter this problem. Easy peasy, and it's done. 2 simple sentences, 2 very effective sentences. I've indicated to the examiner that I understand the topic. There are problems on the farms and in the cities, and my essay is going to delve into this, and I'm going to provide solutions. Okay, I've also paraphrased the topic really nicely. I have written a clear, concise sentence. My grammar's perfect. Everything's wonderful. The examiner sits back and thinks, well, this is going to be a good one. I'm not kidding when I tell you I really do not enjoy writing problem solution essays. They're simply too simplistic. They're too formulaic. They follow a template. I like to be creative. You can see from the colors on my slides. I like some fun in my life. But hey, this works. So, first body paragraph, let's talk about the problems. The main issue, the main problem, Google synonyms for problem, which arises due to this trend is a lack of labor on farms as younger people move to cities. Expand. What does this mean? This means that farmers do not have adequate labor to farm the land. Now, let's talk about the problems in cities. I should have put this on another line. I'm not going to go back and do it because I've got my VIP lesson to rush off to. Okay, with regard to the problems in cities, the first would be overcrowding. This in turn leads to high rentals for accommodation as demand will exceed supply. Furthermore, the large population will cause overcrowding in the streets, on public transport, and even on the roads. Last but not least, pollution levels will rise, leading to illness. I'm not very happy with this paragraph, and I would like you to think about why it is not a band 8 or band 9 paragraph. Come on, think about it. What's wrong with this paragraph? Come on. The problems are like a grocery list. First problem, second problem, third problem, fourth problem. I haven't expanded. It's important to explain, to expand. Yes, my writing is very good. I mean, the grammar, the vocabulary, it's very impressive. But when I take away all of that and I get down to basics, have I really explained and expanded? Actually, no, I have not. So I will get away with it because it's all of the other stuff, the discourse and the grammar and the vocabulary that makes it very impressive. But to be quite honest with you, an excellent essay would have taken 2 of the problems and gotten deep down into them and explained them and expanded them. So I'm not thrilled with the way I've done this. You can do better. You should do better. Now let's move on to the second body paragraph, the solutions. So with reference to how these problems can be alleviated, topic sentence, what am I talking about? The solutions. Government intervention is the best solution, okay? So I have used a superlative, the best solution. Regarding this, legislation needs to be passed which provides subsidies for farmers so that they can offer workers higher salaries, thereby encouraging them to remain in rural areas. This is pretty good. I've explained, I've expanded. Fantastic. In addition, discourse. If the government were to increase taxes for city dwellers, second conditional, this may limit the number of people who choose to reside in big cities such as Beijing and New York. This decrease would help to address the issue of overpopulation, traffic congestion, and high rentals. You know, this next part could be left out completely because I think we have more than enough for our word count. But let's just take a look at it. Lastly, the public should be educated in terms of the need for employees in all sectors and should be encouraged to pursue agricultural life. Campaigns which highlight the benefits of a rural life, such as clean living, organic food, and less stress, should be highlighted. Government intervention and education, my 2 solutions to everything. And we are at the conclusion. Let's signal our conclusion to the examiner with "in conclusion." There are a number of problems which arise when there is an exodus of labor from rural areas to cities. Lack of farm hands, overcrowding in cities, expensive real estate, and pollution are some of the issues which need to be tackled. In my opinion, government intervention in terms of legislation and taxes, as well as education, are the best ways, actually, in which to address these problems. Right? Grammar error. That's why you need to proofread. Government intervention is the best way. Legislation and taxes are the best ways. But what's my subject? What's my noun? Government intervention. Look, even I can mess up from time to time, which is why proofreading is non-negotiable. And on that note, essay done and dusted in 14 minutes and 15 seconds. So you can do it in 30. On that note, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Go to Udemy, get the free course, study, write, get assessed, pass your test, move on to a wonderful, wonderful life. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. Ciao.